Hello, we are glad to have you back on this channel. Today, we're considering a matter that has to do with Americans and Britons. Let's dive into the 10 reasons why Americans love living in the UK. From its rich history to its amazing healthcare system, the United Kingdom has a lot to offer. If you're considering a move or just curious about what makes the UK so special, stick around for some great insights. This information is also useful for friends and folks, so don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to stay updated on our latest videos. Now, let's get started with our countdown and see which one you love the most. 10. Beautiful scenery. One of the first things that captivates Americans when they move to the UK is the beautiful scenery. From the rolling hills of the English countryside to the dramatic coastlines of Scotland, the UK offers an array of breathtaking landscapes. The Lake District, the Scottish Highlands, and the coast of Cornwall are just a few examples of places that leave visitors in awe. The UK's national parks are also popular spots for hiking, picnicking, and taking in the natural beauty. Unlike many parts of the US, the UK scenery is compact and accessible. You don't have to travel for hours to find a beautiful spot. Whether you're in England, Wales or Scotland or Northern Ireland, you're never too far from nature. This accessibility, combined with the variety of landscapes, is a big draw for Americans looking to enjoy the great outdoors. 9. Social life. The UK's social life is another aspect that Americans appreciate. Pubs, a central part of British culture, offers a relaxed atmosphere for meeting friends, having a pint, or even enjoying a meal. Beyond the pub scene, the UK is home to a wide range of cultural and social events, from theatre shows and concerts to sporting events and festivals. For Americans who are used to a fast-paced, sometimes isolating lifestyle back home, the UK's emphasis on community and social gatherings can be a refreshing change. The British value their social time. Whether it's catching up over a cup of tea or attending local events, there's always something happening to keep you connected. This active social life makes settling in and making friends in the UK an easier and more enjoyable experience for many Americans. 8. Travel. Americans in the UK often marvel at how easy it is to travel both within the country and across Europe. The UK is a gateway to many other European countries with affordable and quick flights to destinations like Paris, Rome, and Barcelona. For Americans used to long-haul flights just to get from one state to another, the proximity of Europe is a major bonus. Domestically, the UK's efficient train network makes it simple to explore different parts of the country. Whether it's a weekend getaway to Scotland or a day trip to the Cotswolds, travelling around the UK is a breeze compared to the vast distances Americans are used to in the US. This ease of travel adds to the allure of living in the UK for Americans who want to explore new places without the hassle of long journeys. 7. History. For Americans who are used to a relatively young country, the UK's rich history is a fascinating change. Walking through cities like London, Edinburgh and York feels like stepping back in time. The UK is home to some of the world's iconic historical sites, from Stonehenge to Hadrian's Wall to the Tower of London and Edinburgh Castle. These landmarks give Americans a deeper sense of history and culture than they might experience at home. The UK's history is also woven into everyday life, from its architecture to its traditions. Whether it's the centuries-old pubs, the royal family, or the preserved medieval streets of cities like Bath, history is everywhere. For Americans who are history buffs or just enjoying learning about the past, the UK is a dream destination. 6. The people. Americans often find British people to be polite and reserved, but also incredibly welcoming once you get to know them. The British have a reputation for their dry sense of humour, which many Americans find both charming and refreshing. While it takes some time to break through that initial politeness, once friendships are formed, they tend to be strong and long-lasting. For Americans moving to the UK, the people's friendliness and willingness to help newcomers settle in can make a huge difference. Now, the British may have a more understated way of interacting compared to Americans, but their kindness and hospitality shine through, making the transition to life in the UK much smoother. 5. Healthcare. One of the biggest draws for Americans moving to the UK is the National Health Service, or known as the NHS. Unlike the US, where healthcare is often expensive and tied to employment, the NHS provides free healthcare at the point of use for residents. This is a significant change for Americans who are used to navigating complex insurance systems and paying high premiums. The peace of mind that comes with knowing that medical care is readily available and affordable is a huge relief for many Americans. NHS has its challenges, such as wait times for certain services. It's still a system that many Americans quickly come to appreciate. Access to healthcare without the constant worry of high costs is a major benefit of living in the UK. 4. Police. The UK's police force is known for its emphasis on community policing and its largely unarmed officers, which is a stark contrast to what Americans are used to in the US. The absence of widespread gun use by both police and the public makes interactions with the police feel much safer and less confrontational. This focus on de-escalation and public safety over force is something many Americans admire. British police are also approachable and are seen as part of the community rather than a distant authority figure. For Americans who are used to a more militarized police presence, the UK's police force offers a sense of security without the fear that can sometimes accompany law enforcement interactions in the US. 3. Education. The UK's educational system, particularly its universities, is a major draw for Americans. Institutions like Oxford, Cambridge, and the London School of Economics are world-renowned and constantly ranked among the top universities globally. Many Americans move to the UK for the opportunity to attend these prestigious schools, which offer a different educational experience from what they might find back home. Beyond the universities, the UK's overall approach to education, with its focus on critical thinking and specialized degrees, appeals to many Americans. The ability to dive deeply into a subject and the international student population creates a unique learning environment that Americans find intriguing and rewarding. 2. No gun crime. One of the most significant differences Americans notice when moving to the UK is the absence of widespread gun crime. In the United States, gun violence is a constant concern, with incidents occurring regularly across the country. In contrast, the UK has some of the strictest gun control laws in the world, which greatly limits access to firearms. As a result, gun-related incidents are extremely rare and mass shootings are virtually unheard of. This creates a much safer environment, allowing Americans to feel more secure in public spaces, schools, and even at home. The peace of mind that comes from not having to worry about gun violence is a huge relief for many Americans who are used to living in a more gun-centric culture back home. 1. Good quality of life. The overall quality of life in the UK is something many Americans come to appreciate. While the pace of life may be slower compared to major US cities, the balance between work and personal time is generally better in the UK. British people tend to value their leisure time, and the country's emphasis on public holidays, longer annual leave, and a more relaxed work culture contribute to a better work-life balance. Moreover, the UK offers a strong social safety net, free from healthcare to public transport and social services, which help provide a sense of security and well-being. The combination of these factors leads to a high quality of life that many Americans find refreshing and fulfilling when they come to finally make the move. Beautiful scenery, a better quality of life, and more are just a few of the reasons why Americans love living in the UK. Check back for more videos on related topics. Thank you for watching this video. Please don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell.